my computer. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the January 7 meeting of the Harbordale Civic Association. We have a very full agenda tonight. Our guest tonight is going to be Commissioner Ben Sorensen. As it happens, there are multiple community meetings on Wednesday, the first Wednesday. So he's now at another meeting, as is our police officer, Angie Jackson, and they will be coming around 7:30, 7:45. But in the meantime, we have some very important updates for you from the city of Fort Lauderdale. And the first one is going to be Katie Marie from the public outreach, who is the public outreach project manager for the smart water meters, which are coming to Fort Lauderdale. You'll be getting all new smart water meters. And so Katie Marie is here to explain the smart water meter project to us. Katie Marie. You're gone. Or no, just you want, I'm going to put your presentation up if you just give me a minute. I'm going to put your presentation up, Katie Marie, smart water meters.
Back up, see?
There you go. Okay, Katie, all yours. If you would move a little closer to the machine, we can probably pick you up on the camera. Is she good? Can you see her on the camera?
I'm waiting for it
All
to
right.
connect.
Okay, Katie Marie, take it away.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Krishana Marie, but everyone calls me Katie Marie. I am the project manager that gets to come out and do all the community engagement and presentations. So tonight I'm going to do, on behalf of the city of Fort Lauderdale, the Smart Water Meter Program, and give you guys a little bit of overview of what that is. So in purpose to make this conversation purposeful, I ask that you please save all of your questions to the end. And when you're thinking about your questions, remember that a good way to pose a question to a public engagement manager is your first name, the neighborhood you represent, the district, and then your question in that exact order. Just so I can keep a sequence while I'm recording them and reporting them back to the city. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, so on tonight's agenda, we're going to say, what is a smart water meter program? How do smart water meters work? Key benefits, current status, frequently asked questions, and how to stay connected during the duration of this project. Next slide, please. So what is a smart water meter program? Obviously, there's a lot of literature here, but to break it down, City of Fort Lauderdale is embarking on a smart water meter program, which approximately 6,000 smart water meters will be exchanged out. Old ones out, new ones in, basically in the ground. And this is the first phase of the installation. So a part of that installation is making sure every neighborhood is engaged with this activity. Every neighborhood knows what's going on through each phase of the project, because if we're all neighborly to each other, we can all commit to the project's completion together. So basically what a smart water meter does, in the future, you'll be able to, as a user, have access to a dashboard that allows you to view your water usage in real time, to build efficiency and its level of resilience, which, since we are native to water, water is very dear and near to our hearts right here in Florida. Next slide, please. Next slide.
That's not it? Okay, hold on.
Perfect. So here's a little display. This is known as the infographic. How do smart water meter work? So when you turn on your water, the quick image there, the water flows through the smart water meter. The usage of data is centers around wireless connection for the city for billing. And eventually you're going to have a live online dashboard of your experience, which is very similar to what you might experience with Florida Power and Light. Next slide, please. The most important part to you as a customer or somebody that focuses on your neighborhood planning and making your neighborhood better is the key benefit is remote reading accuracy, time leakage and alert, and improved water management all over together. So start with SMART. Next slide. And right here are some frequently asked questions that come about the project in general. Some are technical, like how does the smart water meter work? How does this go into the ground? How does it affect my billing? Those are a lot of technical aspects of it. But then there's just regular neighborhood engagement questions that you guys might have. When are you coming to my neighborhood? how am I gonna be notified? So on the next slide, these are just general information, benefits there and installation process. So what's next for you guys? Basically the neighbors, you guys will receive a notification to the left of the screen. This is what the notification will look like when it comes to your mail. And we'll have access to all the information you need. So you can keep that QR code handy and always keep it in your back pocket in case you are talking to your neighbor, or you want to know something about the project live update. And then the pictures to the right is just, hey, there's gonna be a gentleman or a lady coming to your home. They're gonna have a vest on, you're gonna be able to identify who they are. They're gonna have a specific kind of unit truck out there. And this is just what the smart water meter device actually looks like. Okay, so last slide, please. So the most important part, if I want to encourage you guys all, if you have your phones now, to go ahead and get connected to Visit Spotlight FTL. This will be available, that I'll send a new newsletter blurb to you.
I'll send it
It's a
out.
postcard, it's a template. You could iterate it the way you would like to send it out to your neighbors. And then this is the hotline that's also available to you guys as this project goes on, where you can call and get a real human response in 24 to 48 hours. And if you're just old school and you still want to send an email, this email operates in the same capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you.
Thank you. And then there's the thank you. Okay, we have questions. Yes.
The device here, if you wanna like, just to know how.
Oh,
I'll
cool.
pass it around.
Bigger on the screen.
It looked bigger. Yes. Wait, let's start over here with Mark. Let's start with Mark.
I was trying to read the fine print really quickly. Going along. I was listening to you, but I was reading the fine print. So my question is, and I saw the picture of the gentleman right there next to the water meter. You didn't say whether it's residential or multifamily or both. But a few of us in the room live in a high-rise condominium, 10 floors. We have a central water meter for the building. So is it going to be for multifamily for the entire building as well, or is it just residential home meters?
Okay, so first I want to back up a little bit. Can I have your first and your last name?
Yeah, Mark Roberts.
Mark Roberts.
Right.
He's on the sign-in sheet. You can have the sign-in sheet.
And your question is, does this apply only to residential or residential and multifamily? Is that correct?
Multifamily, yeah, buildings. I'm not talking townhouses, I'm talking 93, 200 units in a building. It has, last month, our water bill, for one way back, was over $10,000.
Whoa.
It's only around 5,000 and change, but because we had some big trailer trucks and Hardale Beach, not Hardale Beach, but Hardale Elementary School residents who like to park on our irrigation system, and we had the system off for a long time.
Okay.
Because, so we got irrigation that's been torn up. And, so we had a big leak,
Uh-huh.
so.
So I want to bring reference to your question.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is track it and get a formal answer from the city, and then I also added additional, if this is applied to multifamily, what are the units and where are the locations? That'd be appropriate answer for you?
Yeah,
Wait. I find that very disturbing that we do not know at this time whether it applies to single-family homes or multifamily homes. I mean,
I believe.
one should know that.
I'm not 100%, but I believe it's all of the meters in Fort Lauderdale. That will be,
65,000.
which is like 65,000.
Meter swap.
Yeah, it's a meter.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
So
Right.
we want to make sure we get an official city answer to you, that is public engagement protocol. And I want to adhere to the public engagement protocol. I take a name, the district we're in, the neighborhood we're in, the question, and then we get formal answers from the AMI team and from the city, and those get sent back to you so that they are true answers.
Okay, well, that's very good to know. The informal answer is it probably applies to everybody, right?
All 65,000.
Okay, so we had, Mark had a question. That's the answer to Mark's question. Then Steve had a question. Then Michael had a question. And then Diana has a question.
But it
Let's
is
wait.
building 130 units, and there's only one Michael and you.
He's Harbordale District 4.
We're all District 4.
I know, but she wants us to say it, so.
Is there one large meter on the main water that comes into 120-story building? 120 unit building?
That's how ours is.
Right.
Yeah, that's basically the question, but this little device here wouldn't fit on one outlet of that.
our pipe.
So if there's gonna be one unit for a building that has 120 units in it, I think it's gonna be a tad bigger.
I've
Mhm.
seen
If
ours.
you've got one
I've seen
meter
ours.
today for the whole building, you'll have the meter again tomorrow.
It's, yeah.
Because I know the water flow into the building.
Big pipe.
Actually, that is not 100% correct because they can make it flow through that little meter by diverting a smaller pipe from the feed
I mean, it's-
into the little water meter and back into the to the feed.
But that's not true.
More than 8 inches.
Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever it is, I defer to people who have more knowledge than I about this.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a meter that's got pipe on, it's gonna have the motor be able to capture. There's also a question of velocity in this, as well as the overall punch of that water is very different than a 1-inch pipe.
Okay, you can see where this is all going. We have very important questions about, yeah.
It's very simple.
Mhm.
What's gonna happen is that they're gonna have multiple varieties. This is the residential variety. Okay, so we've seen one. We haven't seen commercial. We haven't seen high residential. You haven't seen the fire department yet, because they're gonna have an attitude about water.
Mm.
Question.
You're gonna have water, you've got all sorts of things you're gonna have to add to this. Because the city's gonna wanna bill the county for this and the county for that, and the county's gonna wanna build this for that. So you figure there's gonna be at least 12 different models.
Can I follow up with him before we take another question? What's your name, sir? For the lady, what's your name?
Oh, Mickey Mouse.
Oh, come on, no, it's just a friendly crowd here. And you are? Excuse me, I'm sorry. Philip?
George Morton.
George? Okay, you signed in as a guest, right, George?
Today I did. Yes.
Thank you very
I paid
much.
$15.
Thank you very, we need the money.
Welcome.
Welcome. Okay, no, and we need your expertise because you're apparently very smart about these things. So this is really good to understand. So Diana, you have a question?
And he actually touched on it, which is really great. So Diana Zayas was on Harbordale, District 4. Did I answer all the questions?
Yes.
Okay, good.
You get a
So-
cookie.
Thank you. I had
Okay.
one, no more. So my question is, our community is, Harbor Vista Townhomes. That's our community. So I had to remember. And we have 4 buildings. We have townhomes. We have 4 backflows. And guess what our water bill is? 22,000 a year, probably more than that, because they increased it.
He was
Oh, yours is a month. Okay, good. Thank God. Well, we're only 28 units and
Yeah.
we're now 33,000, I think, this year in our
But I
budget.
wanna know about the dashboard,
So-
because if it has alerts.
Yeah.
You could have been alerted.
Right, so here's my question for
Important.
you. How does that work with exactly what Mr. Morton said? He touched on the fact that our water usage for now I have to say this right, for the irrigation is one thing, that's nothing for us. But what's huge for us is that exactly what he touched on with the fire department, the fire lines, the backflow. That is where we pay all this money.
Yeah.
That's where our 33,000 this year now is going to, and it's just for, we know what the backflow does, keeps out the sewage, blah, blah, blah. But what about, and then the fire line just sits there, but we pay for it. We have 4. How does that help us for each of our
It
units?
doesn't.
It
It
does?
helps the city. It lowers their labor costs. That's all this is about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay 20 guys to drive around in trucks. They're gonna move on to something else. Maybe they'll look at trees or something.
But does
they
it go,
won't- They won't do water. meters.
and it'll go to each home's water meter and read their water meter? Because everyone has different usage.
Well, that's true, but if you look at the little black box, the little black box is gonna be tied to the Wi-Fi. And what they're gonna do is they're either going to Comcast or they're going to AT&T and say, I wanna participate in your broadcast. They'll just jump on that network.
Sounds so inefficient to me.
Well, if you have Comcast in home, Comcast has a public broadcaster that you offer to the market you don't even know about. So Comcast is a shared service, and so what they do is that if you pick up your phone, you can see a Comcast Wi-Fi. How did that get here? Well, somebody here has Wi-Fi from Comcast, so you basically steal their network You join it and move on.
Oh, wait a minute,
I
wait,
don't
wait,
want
wait,
anyone
no,
stealing my.
no, wait.
Hey, George,
Here's
with
a
all due
question.
Respect to you, I love your answers, great. I want to hear her answer.
Yeah.
I would like your city to tell me how this is going to help us with our townhomes, each individual unit. And then the ones, we have 4 buildings, 4 backflows, 4 whatever, we have to pay for all that too. So we want, how's that gonna work? Because we already have issues sometimes where someone's water bill is very high. Sometimes we found a leak, sometimes we don't know what it was. Were they billing somebody else? And now with all this Wi-Fi going on, I just really want to understand this a little more.
So one, I think your question is specific to your location, the parameter of what's available there. But secondly, it is a very technical question that you're asking.
I understand. I want them to give us the answer.
Okay,
Retrieve an answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a follow-up.
And I appreciate that, because
For
that's
that.
what I want is to understand how our community is not, it's not a cookie cutter, right? We're all different. Runway Bay has something, everyone has a residential, like we know, and we all have different issues. So I really would like,
okay, and now we have,
Doing, you have a water meter, they're gonna so cut it out, put that one in. And if it's a commercial one, they're gonna put a big one in. If it's a single family home, they're gonna put that. It's FPL has already done this.
Yeah.
FPL has already done this.
the electric meters are, yeah, but my question is it gonna be an app? Okay, I don't want a free Wi-Fi at Comcast.
Exactly.
What I want to know is, will there be an app that says City of Fort Lauderdale water meters, sign in, okay? And that's fine by me.
Right.
I'm very happy with that.
Right.
Could you ask
That
that
whole Wi-Fi
technical
stuff,
question
yeah.
of, is there going to be an app, and will each water meter person,
Right.
whether it's a single family home or the condominium manager or you as your homeless or
Right.
somebody will sign into the app, will have access to the app, I don't know
And read
how that works,
smart meter.
and read the information. That's what we really need to know.
But that's gonna be after the project is completed.
I'm sure they won't happen until everything's done.
Right.
But
So this is the initial phase, and there's iterations to this
Monitor
project
your
as
water
it goes
usage.
on, and as it grows, and as we receive more community feedback and more questions about technical things that we might not.
Have
and
thought
field
about.
Workers might not have thought about, or we didn't pre-calculate.
That's why
Or
we're,
pre-exist, we can make those adjustments as we go on, and then there's a procurement process to this, obviously. And we want to be understanding of it, but we also want to be in the framework of where we are now. Phase 1, public engagement, and the initiation of public notifications into the early installations. So during the installation process, imagine somebody going out, they're going to be learning along the way.
I don't think, in other
So
words,
that's, those things are going to adjust.
if I can, I think what you're saying is you're here to find out what the
Questions.
community thinks.
right.
This is, because I was gonna say, when is this planned to commence? Because it sounds to me that you're in the most preliminary stages, because you don't even have answers to the most basic questions. And I
Right.
have no problem with that, but I need to know from you actually where we are.
Right.
The preliminary stages of a project, or if it's gone further along, or you're not even, you're just getting feedback from community. That's it.
You guys are.
So you have, so this is.
We're in the beginning. Well, it's good to know that we're at the beginning.
It's phase 1 and
So is there an actual, excuse me. I was. Excuse me. So will you tell us there is a plan as to when it's going to be started? Not,
every neighborhood is based off of the current billing cycle. So we can send you the information.
no, but I mean, you started installing it.
Yes,
Right.
we can send you that information, the billing cycle
Could be
information,
right.
installation, and you can see the notification prior to that.
Yeah.
Which is shown on the
Understood.
slide.
I'm sure that you can do that, but the question she asked is, when will you do that?
Right.
Are we talking a year from now?
Right.
2
Next
years?
month.
8 hours.
Okay, all right. Mark? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that isn't the way it's gonna be. Yes, excuse me, Alex is here.
Quick question. Number one, I'm confused by 2 things. Number one, my name is Alex Agent. I live at Portside Yacht Club, Harbordale District. Number one, I don't understand why someone didn't come with you to answer questions directly. I've never been to a place with presenting something, and we're gonna wait 24, 48 hours to answer. That's number one. Number two is you went right over it and it talked on one of your slides about leak detection.
Mhm.
What is it going to do with leak detection and how would the homeowner be notified?
The notification will come via your dashboard
So let's assume,
and text messages.
okay, so let's assume that I have a lovely lady sitting in her home who doesn't know about dashboards, who doesn't get online, who doesn't know anything. But somehow this device is gonna pick up a leak. The question would become, how big of a leak does it have to be for them to detect it, number one? And how would this person be notified other than going to her dashboard? Because I can go right now to the city of Fort Lauderdale and see my usage. But
Right.
I'm saying, huh?
That
A
doesn't.
hotline. So is anyone gonna call this person? Who's on the 15th floor of her building, who's just using water? Is somebody gonna call that person and say, you've got a leak?
Every resident will be notified through a postcard notification. That notification has all the information you need before, during, and after this project takes place. All the information will be steadily available to you, as well as many checkpoints throughout the project. This is an ongoing project, so that means before, during, and after, they will catch.
Okay, Katie. This is a friendly crowd. You'll probably have less friendly crowds than this. Alex's question is, let's assume this whole thing goes through. And Mrs. Jones is sitting in her house and she is not computer savvy, all right? And there's a leak. She doesn't know from the dashboard. She doesn't have the app. She's just living her life. No, she's not. Excuse me. Wait a minute. If this, wait. So, Katie. Oh, God.
I just learned it just now, ma'am.
Oh, ma'am, just Katie. Mrs. Jones has a leak. This system will detect, she usually uses 100 gallons and now all of a sudden it's 10,000 gallons.
It's not true. It will not detect a leak.
Well, she told me it will detect the leak.
Protect water usage.
Excuse me, unusual water uses. Thank you very much. So they noticed that there's unusual water usage. Okay. I'll call it what you're calling it, is more correct. Is somebody gonna call Mrs. Jones or send her an email or a letter or a postcard saying, we noticed unusual water usage on your water meter. Please contact so-and-so. That's what you got to bring back to your consultants and tell them that's what we need. We need a reporting system for people. We need a mobile app. We need a reporting system so that somebody will advise consumers that there's we have detected an unusual amount of activity on your water meter. Yes, right. Whew. Okay, any other questions?
This is definitely employment driven, just like George said. This is to get rid of the people that are coming to your house, or coming to your unit to read a meter.
Cut jobs.
Can I add to that? This is to increase your water bill.
Yep.
Because what is happening now is you have a water main line and you get billed on the size of the line.
Right.
Okay, doesn't matter what you use. If you've got this line and you got this line, this is what you get, that's what the meter is. Okay, this is going to be more accurate. So if you are really using a lot of water, you'll pay more. You don't think so? Tell me.
It is just a digital version of the existing water meter that you have, which is very accurate, actually.
Very accurate.
You'll still get billed for a 5/8 inch line if you have a 5/8 inch line, a 1-inch line if you have a 1-inch line. All this is doing is that there's one line on your bill that says you used this amount of water because the reading was this when we were here last month and it's this now. And so you get a bill for 1,000, 10,000 gallons of water. Nothing will change.
If that is the case, I'm all in. But I heard that from people in the infrastructure thing, that it's going to be it will be more accurate, yes, it will be actually accurate, and that people who have been paying less because it's not as accurate will be very surprised that they're now going to pay more, and vice versa. Well,
Totally disagree. I mean,
okay.
FPL went through the same thing, and I was there kind of when all this was going on.
Okay.
Everybody was totally skeptical of what these new meters were gonna do.
Mm-hmm,
And they basically were to get rid of the meter reader jobs.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Number
Yeah, we know
two,
that.
the accuracy they're talking about has to do with the readings. So a guy come out, opens your meter box every other month, I think
Right.
it's estimated 1 month, and he gets it wrong sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
Screws it up, but this is, you can't pull this, it's sending every hour, every minute, I don't know what it's gonna be, the readings are gonna be, this information to the
Okay.
city. And
This is the future, guys. We're gonna roll with this and we're gonna see how it works. Last question on this item.
By the way, it's Michelle Payne, Kain, Port Condo in Harbordale, District 4. I was just wondering if they're gonna do a pilot program or they're just rolling out the entire.
Community engagement experience in NYPD. So she's a lovely person and her heart is in the right place. Yes, she's a full on New Yorker and she's about like this tall. So we're gonna look really fun to stand next to each other.
New York girls that tall.
Oh yeah, she's feisty. Yeah, she's basically the suspect, the brother, entered the residence through a unlocked window in the front. The suspect unhooked the camera, like knew where the camera was, unhooked it, and went
Marilyn, you need to unmute the speaker.
I'll unmute again.
Okay,
It's usually
all right, back to where we were. So we can imagine that we have a lot of burglaries because of businesses, but crimes against residents are down. So we're in very good shape. Mile, that's at Harbor Beach.
You also, no, because anything that's a violent crime, any kind of a robbery or like domestics, I don't talk to you guys about, but no, you guys don't have any of that stuff. No, for having it, no, I mean, you have simple batteries, but anything that's aggressive, like anything like a carjacking or a robbery, I would be telling you guys about, and you don't have that, which is great, especially considering this is, you have.
Very transient.
Yeah, it's transient, you have a lot of businesses, so, I check all of it. Only thing I don't talk to you guys about is any sexual batteries, unless it's like some rando guy running around grabbing people, or domestic or similar batteries.
Okay. Saying anymore, just real fast, is there used to car accidents.
It's military, you've got guys who do the right thing, they get it all licensed and everything else. They're gonna be armed, or more likely be armed. You've also gone to a different type of vehicle. We've gone from smaller cars more to SUVs and bigger vehicles. It's much harder to rob that guy because he can just run over you. And he goes, oh, speed bump. So you have a lot of things that have taken a more offensive position in terms of protecting yourself without realizing it. Then you go up and down the street, camera.
Yes.
So they know that because.
More
county
cameras,
official-
more cameras,
Yeah,
yes.
cameras. And everybody's on every opportunity, everybody's got videos now. They're jonesing, like they're like foaming at the mouth for something to happen, so they can record it and put it on social media, So I think that's definitely a deterrent with today's society.
But let me ask you a question. In your
And our captain just got here too for your whole district.
so Captain
Bettencourt.
Settencourt. Hi, Captain Settencourt. Betzencourt? Vexencourt. Vetzincourt.
No, this is a Vetin.
Oh, Vetin.
Yes, you like that.
Hi.
Captain, I got you.
Hi, Captain Vetzin.
Vetin.
Did I just say it right?
Like a veteran.
Vet. Oh, V-E-T.
Like you're betting at the casino.
Hi, Captain. In your recent experience, we're talking about why Harbordale's crime stats, God bless, have been, on the going down. And there's various, theories about why. But in your very recent experience, since we started with the open carry, have you had any problems vis-a-vis the open carry? Have you noticed any additional issues?
Not in your district.
Oh, not in my district.
I think
Okay.
was in on it when I walked in.
Yeah.
Usually what we get is a lot of the YouTubers, we're just trying to evade it. So they're being like overtly carrying a rifle, carrying a backpack, looking as suspicious as can be with their phone already in hand like this as they're walking, waiting for us. So we've been approaching very cautiously and watching. It's kind of respond, observe, react, kind of how we treat it. So we get a call, hey, there's a guy walking around with a rifle on 2nd Street. All right, we'll go, we'll watch. And legally you can walk with this rifle as long as you're carrying it safely. But If they're carrying it safely and they're following the law, there's not much we can do other than, hey, people don't like it, but unfortunately, right now it's legal till the legislature fixes kind of the loopholes in the law.
Okay, very good. All right. Thank you, Captain, very much. I'm happy that you're here. And actually,
Make stuff happen. This is his area. Do you want to introduce yourself real quick, Catherine?
yes, please come say hello and then we'll start with the,
Ask about car accidents.
yeah,
'cause that's
okay.
interesting.
Captain,
I'm Captain Francisco Betancourt.
that's Betancourt.
Betancourt. I came on board to the district about 2 months ago. I'm happy to be here. I worked in District 3 as a sergeant many years ago. I ran the convention center detail.
Well, that's fun.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's a
even more
sure
fun.
I want to talk about.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
could go on with all my opinions and theories of why everything's going wrong over there.
And they're not theories.
They're not theories.
They're not
Mm.
theories.
I ran that detail. I inherited from a friend. You know, usually my friends see gold on my forehead. They're like, hey, can you take this photo? That's no big deal. So back then it was like 2014. It was a simple detail. One person sits there with a pickle, sits in their car. Easy detail, right? So it was like that for about the first couple months, and then the events got bigger and bigger. Then it became entire squads of people directing traffic and pedestrians. And things went fairly good. There were a couple hiccups. We had SuperCon, I don't know if you guys remember. There were hundreds of people in costumes walking down.
Oh, that was so much fun.
It snarled traffic all the way back to 595. As you can imagine, I got a phone call on my day off, and I put on my police costume and came running over as fast as I could. And we cleared it up in about an hour. That was 2017. Then I made good friends with the promoter, and he became a good neighbor, and he hired all the cops he could. He had offsite parking, he had shuttle buses, so